Welcome, you're watching Take My Advice. I'm Alton Martin. Tonight I'll be looking at two long-awaited items that have been out on the market. Very hard to get. I'm talking about the Sony A7iii and Tamron 28-75 f2.8 lens. So I'm a Nikon shooter. I've invested heavily in Nikon gears, and I've always wanted to jump to a mirrorless system, but then I said, you know what, let me just wait on Nikon to come out with something that I can keep all my glass and spend less money, so to speak. But then Nikon came out with the Z systems, and the one SD card slot was my major disappointment. Hence I decided to go ahead and join the Sony crew. So many of my friends say, hey, don't do it, you're going to regret it, but then I wanted a mirrorless system. I want to be able to see what I'm seeing and shoot what I'm seeing, without having to be shooting and checking the displays and all those stuff that we're accustomed to as DSLR shooters. But tonight I finally got it. After pre-ordering for a long time, it finally came, and I'm here tonight to unbox it and see a little about it, because I've been reading a lot of reviews and specs on it, and tonight I just want to show off my new system. So on the box it says it's a 24 megapixel sensor, ISO ranging from 100 to 51,200 natively, 10 frames per second. It has phase detection systems with 693 point autofocus. Wow, that's way more than any of my Nikons could ever give me. This has this eye autofocus system that I really like. Nikon doesn't have it. Maybe they'll come up with it on their new their update to the Z systems, but then I'm already disappointed, because I'm the kind of shooter who likes to shoot redundant. So I like the two SD cards, and that was one of my major setback with the Nikon system. So I like to shoot, give my client the JPEG version as proof, and they wait on the edited versions. So this has silent shooting, and this is good for when you're in like a church sermon or maybe a wedding and you're in a silent era where you don't want to be seen but you want to get good pictures and stuff. And it has a image stabilization system built into the body, 5-axis steady shot inside. It says dual slot, as I speak about, touch focus. So on the back of the camera you can actually touch the focus. Right, so that's a good thing as well. The menu system, it's a hybrid log gamma system. It has a H log, and you know, Sony has some of the good video capabilities I heard of. USB 3.1. I think this charges the battery directly from the body. You plug the USB into the camera body and you charge the battery. So those kind of things are here. It has Wi-Fi built-in, Bluetooth built-in, NFCS built-in. And with all my talking, let's just get into the box. So we got manuals. It's a new, I might read them, I don't know, because I'm not accustomed to Sony, so I'll probably look into some of the details. And so we have the body. Paper, strap, battery, USB cable for charging. So let's just dive right in. This is Z batteries. Over the years, one of the things that has kept me away from Sony is that the battery power didn't last too long. and that was one of the major drawbacks. Like for Nikon you can put a battery in and shoot all day without switching, but the Sony has always have the limited battery power issue, but the Z battery promises us some good time. So let's see what's up with that. So yeah, so this is the new A7 III. I've always wanted it, I finally gotten it. So I waited like, I got it on Amazon. I ordered it and it took me like maybe 2 weeks. Because I guess after the hype and everything, Sony has probably sent out a lot of them, and most of the people have back ordered it, I've already gotten it. So when I ordered mine, it took me just 2 weeks to get it. So just like a short waiting list on Amazon. So I'm going to leave a description and leave a link in the description that you can go and pick it up from Amazon. And so the link will be my affiliate link. So if you buy through that link, then you can help to support this new channel, that I can buy more equipment and put out more of these videos. So yeah, so there's a battery compartment at the bottom, and a slot for the SD cards on the side. So it has 2 SD card slots. Slot 1 is UHS 2 cards, and the slot 2 is the regular SD card. So I guess the faster slot is slot 1, and this is probably going to be good for video, like pushing off a lot of these 4K footage that this camera does, yeah, and that's a major thing as well. This does 4K video, and this video capabilities, Sony is good for low light. That's all I've been hearing all these years about Sony, that is good for low light shooting. And I'm not a fan of flash, even though you have to shoot flash if you're doing professional. But then this low light capability, I'm going to try it out in my photography and see if I can minimize my use of flash and stuff like that. Because I've always been interested in trying out video, and this is gonna push me over into the video side as well. This has like the best autofocus system I heard of, and this is gonna be good for persons doing video as well. So let me just get into the camera. The menu system. So this has a lot of buttons. So a lot of these are programmable. All these buttons are programmable based on what I've read about it. The C1, C2, C3, C4. Even the delete buttons programmable. So if you're a Nikon shooter and you're capable, you're accustomed to having your buttons a particular way. Like for me, I have a Nikon D850. It's one of the best DSLRs out there. And I am accustomed to having my ISO button on top of it. So I know I'm going to program one of these buttons to have my ISO right up top, that I can easily change without going into the menu and all those stuff. So Sony has promised a lot, and I think this is really going to be a game changer. Alright, so in another video I'll go in depth about the menu system, and for now this is my little take on the Sony A7 III. So let me just go ahead and unbox the Tamron 2875. So I know you're here watching, take my advice, go grab the Sony A7 III. Click the link below, pick it up, stop thinking about it. It's a game changer. Go get it, trust me. I've thought about it for a long time and I'm finally here. Let me see, my friends say I'm going to regret it, but I highly doubt it. Alright, so that's the A7 III. This is the Tamron 2875 f2.8 Di3 RXD for Sony Mirrorless system. So this is the model A038. Filter thread 68mm. So it's a small filter thread. Like for me, I have a lot of filters. And then from the Nikon system. So some of these is gonna fit perfectly on this lens. So more manuals, a lot of cardboard inside here. So this is it. The Tamron 28-75 f2.8 lens for the Sony full frame mirrorless system. So right out the box, I noticed one thing. For me, being an Nikon shooter, I'm accustomed to having the zoom ring close to the body. With this lens, the focus ring is the one to the body. I'm sure I'm going to make a mistake with this sometimes. And the zoom ring is all the way out. Because I have the Tamron 70-200 for a Nikon, and then this is the same way it is. The zoom ring is all the way out, and the focus ring is in close to the body. Yeah, that was kind of a challenge getting used to, but then I don't use the 70-200 that often anyway. But then it was worth the price. So Tamron tend to be on the cheaper side from time to time. This lens is under $1,000. I think I pay less than $900 for this. I'll leave a description in the video where you can go and grab it from Amazon as well. So the thing that led me to getting this lens is that the Sony 24-70 G Master lens, the f2.8, that's what I was really interested in. But then, as for me, who have invested heavily into the Nikon system, I didn't want to go overboard and jump into spending $2,500 on a Sony system that I'm just trying out anyway. If I really like it, then I go ahead and grab the G Master lens that everyone speaks about so highly. I grab that later. But for now, 28-75 is a good option. Yes, you'll lose a little, like 4mm off of it, 24-28. I don't think 4mm would matter that much anyway, because most times it's only when you're really shooting a group you probably go to 24mm. So I don't think that's gonna be a big issue. Sorry. So this is it, and I think this lens is gonna be a good choice for most of us. So what my intentions are, instead of getting the G Master f2.2, I probably get this $1,000. I have $1,600 left over, and I probably invest in the 16-35 millimeter f4, or I'll probably step it up a little and buy the 16-35 f2.8. So instead of buying one lens for $2,500, you could go ahead and pick up two lenses and have a complete system, a wide lens and a regular zoom lens. Because 24-70 is like a standard, and it's an all-round lens. And then at times, if you really need to go wide, grab that 16-35 f2.4, and that will still keep you in a budget. But for me, I think I'm gonna really, because I like to shoot wide aperture, and I'm probably just gonna add a little $1,000 more in it and get the f2.8 16-35 to complement this system. So all around, this is a really good setup, and I have a wedding coming up in a few days, and I think I'm gonna test this out on it. Still gonna walk with my Nikon system because that's what I'm comfortable with, but I'm really gonna try get some shots off with this as well. So right out of the box, let's see what's going on, if I can make out anything from the menu system. So the aperture is the same. Aperture still the same. Shutter speed is still the same. Alright, so far I can see that this goes all the way up to 8,000. On the A7iii, the shutter speed goes up to 8,000. Yeah, that's gonna be handy if you want to shoot wide open in a sunny day. And the ISO goes down to 100. Most times when you have a challenge like that, the picture is gonna be overexposed. But when you have 8,000 shutter speed, this is gonna be really handy. So the ISO button, this has a wheel on the back right here. So the ISO is right here. So far this seems pretty easy to use. I think I'm gonna have some fun with this. Okay. I'm just taking a picture of my setup. I'll show it to you. So it's a little noisy. As soon as I figure out the menu, I'll test out the silent shooting that they promised us. And yeah, really, so this, take my advice, go grab this, stop watching me already, hit the link below, grab this setup, grab this lens, grab this body, and support this channel. Please click a like, follow me, and hit that bell, because I'll be putting out some new videos, and support this channel. Thank you for watching.